It was actually just a 3-day weekend, so we spent the weekend at the cabin, but before that, I'll talk about that in a second. Before that, something really interesting happened. So we got a mailer in the mail, obviously, and it was from a car dealer saying that they were giving away like $5,000 as part of a promotional thing for their car dealership. And, you know, normally I throw those types of things away, but since it was kind of like an interactive peel and win game, I guess you could say, I thought I would just do it just for fun, just to see, and whatnot, you know, just for fun. But, so once we opened it up, we noticed that we got all the matching parts needed to win the $5,000 prize. And at first I was like, there has to be something wrong, like, so I read all the little fine print and there was nothing that said that it wasn't real. So we were like, wow, did we win $5,000? Like, that's insane. It never happens to us ever. I don't think I've ever won a prize type thing in my entire life. So, you know, it's very exciting because $5,000, like, that's a lot of money. And so when my mom and dad got home from work, we were like, oh, hey, I think we won these $5,000. Like, we should check it out. And my mom and dad are like, it's probably a scam. And I'm like, yeah, but we can at least check it out and see if it's not. And so we had to wait till the weekend to go because that's when the promotional event was. So we went there before we went to the cabin, and we brought our mailing thing, and there was a lot of people at this car dealership, and all of them had their mailers. So my mom was like, oh, that's probably not a good sign. But I didn't go up to the car dealership because it was kind of sketchy. And by kind of sketchy, I mean very sketchy. And so my mom and dad went up there. They were gone for quite a while, so I assumed that was a good sign that, you know, maybe we actually had won the $5,000. I try not to get my hopes up too high because more than likely it was probably a scam, and so I didn't want to like be really excited to win the $5,000 if we weren't going to win it. So they came back to the car and excuse me, and they told me that it was indeed a scam. In fact, only one person out of the thousands of mailers that they send actually wins the $5,000, because I'm not exactly sure all of the things behind it, but apparently a whole bunch of the mailers actually matched and got all the correct numbers like ours did. But only one of those people will actually win the $5,000 prize. So I was like really disappointed about that because it didn't say anything about that in the mailing. So I felt kind of cheated out of that. But I mean, I guess it's to be expected. I didn't really expect it to be real, but still at the same time, like we got kind of excited for it. But anyways, I need to move on from that because that's said and done. Whatever. But other than that, we went to the cabin for the 3-day weekend, which was a lot of fun. I wish there was Wi-Fi up there, but I guess it's kind of a nice way to unplug from everything and just relax and enjoy nature, except for we didn't relax because this is generally the weekend that we put in the dock and the boat lift, which is a lot of work. And this particular year, we actually had to replace all the deck boards on the deck because on the last deck that we had, all the boards were like rotting away, and yeah, it just needed to be replaced. So we had to sand them all and stain them, and it was a very long process to get all of that stuff done. Not to mention that it rained the whole first day that we were there, so we didn't really get anything done there because, you know, it's outdoor work, so we couldn't do anything outside. And we also had to mow the grass and burn all of the brush that we needed to get done. So, you know, the rain definitely set those back as well. And then the final process, we had to get the boat into the water. So we got all those things done. We were planning on leaving at about noon on Monday and didn't get back home and didn't leave until about 3. So we were a couple hours behind schedule, but that's okay. We got it all done. The night it was raining, we watched Star Wars The Force Awakens on my laptop, and so that was really nice. And we grilled out a couple times. Oh yeah, funny story. The grill actually sits outside during the winter and we just put a cover on top of it, but my mom was going to grill for dinner that night, and so we were taking off the cover to clean it, and we opened the grill and there was hundreds of like half-eaten acorns from parent chipmunks that had lived there during the winter. Chipmunks or squirrels, whatever. But it was just like covered, and it was so disgusting to clean it out. We had gotten the gloves and garbage bags and we were cleaning it out, and then a lot of the acorns got under the burner, so we couldn't even reach it with our hands. So we had to turn the heat up really high to burn all that stuff off. So that was really funny. But yeah, we got it done. Everything's good. Except for it doesn't really feel, the weekend went by so quickly. It doesn't even feel like it was a 3-day weekend. You know, back to reality. But yeah, it was really fun. I enjoyed it, and I should do things like that more often. You know, reconnecting with nature, all those types of things. I think next time we go to the cabin, we might go kayaking, canoeing, inner tubing, going on the boat, just a whole bunch of fun, watery sport things. So I'm excited for that. Anyways, that is my little spiel. Let me know what you were up to. What did you do? What are you doing today? Let me know. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye!